this, and this will be a somewhat challenge video, but mainly a review of King of Trios 2011, which was this past weekend. Yes, I already got it. Yes, Smart Mark. If you don't know, most of you probably watch this will know. If those of you don't, Smart Mark Video, who releases Chikara DVDs, released these shows the day after the shows, after Sunday. So they released them Monday night. Mine were in the mail Tuesday. I got them yesterday. Watched most of it yesterday night, and then the rest of it today. And the 3 nights, $45 for all 3 nights, they're $15 a piece. These are the DVD covers, which I don't usually show DVD covers, but given that the thing about Chikara, and the thing about Chikara is that these, let's get where you can actually see them, actually look really awesome. As you can tell, I'll just show you one. Transformers themed, to the point of during the fan conclave, which is, they did, this is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon shows. And Saturday afternoon, they did a fan conclave where they had Stan Bush, who was the guy that did the music for the Transformers, the animated movie from the 80s. And, yeah, if you've never heard of the Fan Conclave is kind of their version of kind of like WWE Access at WrestleMania, and is said to be a lot of fun. Lots of crazy stuff goes on there. Every year I see videos of it. Every year I want to go. I will freely say that after I saw the very first King of Trios, I have wanted to go every year since. Last year was probably the first year where I didn't feel the absolute just wanting to go very badly, but I still wanted to go. This year I wanted to go so badly, and I just couldn't because it was so close to WrestleMania. But really wish these shows were in the summer, because I would so make these shows, because they are just awesome. And particularly this year. This year had just an awesome stuff. To the point of, while I was at work, Chikara actually did a pre-game, like a pre-show thing that they streamed on the internet on Ustream. I think it was on Ustream. And which I got to watch at work from my phone. And worked really well, which was pretty cool. I actually got to see the, they did a tribute to Larry Sweeney, which was really nice and really cool. And then they did an intro, which is absolutely amazing. And unfortunately, because of the music they used, they couldn't put them on the DVDs, and they can't put it on YouTube. But it is on Facebook. If you go to, I'll put a link in the description box for Chikara's Facebook page, and if you look on their Facebook page, you'll find the video. It is really good stuff, and definitely worth checking out. I think if you watch that, that'll get you hyped, and and hopefully you'll probably be like, you know what, this is good enough for me to buy the show. So I got to see that at least live, and I literally just kind of went, oh my god, I wish I was there. But I was not. But like I said, they did do a very nice tribute to Larry Sweeney. Mike Quackenbush just basically got the word out to anyone that wanted to go. So you actually had Dave Skopolsky there, and can't think of his name. The guy that owns Ring of Honor. I'm so stupid. Anyways. There and lots of other people there, so it was a pretty nice sight. They show it on the DVD. It's what opens up night 1, so very nice, very kind of moving tribute. So that was nice. Now, let me say this before I get into the review. If you decide to get these, or if you've already gotten them, which I'm sure a lot of people that have probably watched this already have, here's my thing: make a review. If you can make a review here on YouTube, make a review here on YouTube. If you can just get one person to buy these shows, it's worth it. I have loved every single one of these tournaments. Last year's, my only real gripe with the tournament was I thought it was too storyline driven, but I kind of understand why that is, and I'm sure the Chikara diehards will be like, I can't believe you said that. But literally, these shows to me are the one shows where it's a great jumping on point for anyone that really wants to see what Chikara is all about. Because there's good wrestling, there's great wrestling, and there's also the classic Chikara comedy stuff. There's the Chikara wackiness, There's all of that stuff, and you can get a really good feel of what Chikara is, and if you would like it. I am not one of these people that will come on here and say that I think everyone should check out Chikara to see if you like it. I don't think everyone will like it, because I think some people will just find it too crazy, and I think some people will find it too wacky, but I think other people will love it because it's wacky and crazy and all of that sort of thing. It's very, very different from just about anything else you'll see in the United States. There's more of this sort of thing kind of in Japan, not so much here in the United States, and it really makes them different. That's why I've often said I think Chikara, out of all of the indies, and I love Ring of Honor to death, but out of all of the indies, I think if Chikara got put on the right show, or the right network, I think Chikara could be extremely, extremely successful with a weekly TV show. I really do. I think it's that type of thing, but it's very hard to explain. So as far as, it's a lot of comedy, a lot of wackiness, a lot of stuff that, honestly, it's a lot of stuff that the WWE tries to do, doesn't do nearly as good, and Chikara does 1,000 times better, and you just go with it. And there's stuff that they do in Chikara that, WWE's probably never thought of, and probably said, oh man, that would never work, and it absolutely works because of the way it is. And you have to go in understanding that there's a lot of wackiness, there's a lot of stuff that'll just drive you crazy. But anyways, King of Trios. King of Trios is a 6-man tournament. There are, I believe, 16 teams. I can't remember off the top of my head. 3 nights. You can buy all 3 nights for $45. That's cheaper. That's cheaper than WrestleMania. And it's cheaper than if you bought, the high def of even, I think, TNA pay-per-views. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit more. But you get 3 nights. All extremely good wrestling. I don't think there's not a bad match on the shows, I would say. I think the worst match on all 3 nights is just okay. But it is a lot of fun. Even night 1, which some people probably think I underrated a little bit, I will say it was extremely entertaining. Lots of comedy, lots of fun, just a fun. That's one thing about Chikara, is it is definitely fun. That's what makes it different probably than anything else. Where, like Ring of Honor, not that I don't think Ring of Honor is fun to watch, but it's not the same type of fun. It's much more intense. This is much more lighthearted. This is much more, you can laugh at it and have fun with it. Where Ring of Honor takes itself a little bit seriously, and some people might say too seriously. So there you go. But night 1, the highlights of night 1. Other than what I mentioned with the Larry Sweeney tribute and the video package, they were not able to put on the DVD. But like I said, go to Facebook. I'll put Chikara's Facebook page in the description box, and you can find the video there. It is a video to see. I will say that it's as good. It definitely, I would say it's as the same quality as a WWE or a TNA video package, but it has as much passion, and it gets you the same type of passion, but it gives you the same type of feeling, that same type of wonderment that even I would say some of the best ones do. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying that because I literally thought that was just amazing stuff. But first night, just kind of stuff. You had the Osirian Portal. If you don't know who they are, they're kind of well, not kind of, but they are an Egyptian-themed team. You have Ophidian, who is a snake guy. You have Hieracon, which is a eagle-looking dude, and Amasis, which is just the funky pharaoh. So you have him, and then you had Team 3.0 Olay, which made up of Team 3.0 and El Generico. This was good. You had the F.I.S.T versus Team Australia. This was probably the worst match of the entire weekend. You had Tama Williams, Percy T, and Kabel, I think is his name. Kabel was this big, giant, almost 7-foot guy. Your basic giant indie guy. Wasn't very good, but played his role okay. Percy T was in there the most, which was unfortunate because Tama Williams, just from what I saw, looked like he was the best guy, and yeah, just didn't do it for me. You had the Soul Touchaz, which is a team that is pretty much a mainstay of King of Trios, and now they seem to be pretty much mainstays in Chikara now, which is good to see. and they have a little this match probably out of, I would say, the first round. I think this had probably the most biggest storyline type of thing in it, as there is a feud with the BDK, which is who they took on, of Tim Donst, Delirious, and Jakob Hammermeier, I think is his name. I won't go into the whole story thing here, but this match was more just kind of, like I said, a storyline type thing, and it was okay. It wasn't anything bad, but it wasn't good either. Then you had the Amazing Red from TNA fame taking on the Maximos of Joel and Will Maximo. I guess you could kind of say Maximos 2.0, who are pretty legendary on the Northeast indie scene. That was a pretty good team. That was a team a lot of people were excited to see, taking on Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and Manami Toyota. Yes, women take on men in Chikara, which makes sense. It actually makes sense in the whole world of Chikara. Very, very, this was probably my match of the night. Good match, pretty good match, I would say. A lot of fun. Seeing Miami Toyota is always a lot of fun. Seeing Toyota is always fun to me, and Quackenbush and Jigsaw are really, really good. So, good match. Probably not as good as I thought it was. This was definitely much more of a comedy night. There was lots of comedy spots, lots of wacky comedy spots, particularly the Osaka Pro throwbacks. You don't know who the throwbacks are. Throwbacks are Dasher Hatfield, who has a 1919 baseball gimmick, where he actually wears a baseball mask, and Sugar Dunkerton, who plays like an old ABA 70s basketball player, and Matt Classic, who is Colt Cabana in a mask and goofy tights, goofy 50s tights, which cover his navel. He plays a guy who's supposed to be like a 1950s wrestler, i.e. Matt Classic. It's my favorite gimmick currently in pro wrestling. It has to be seen, and this was complete comedy, just amazingness. We also had Team Dragon Gate taking on the Spectral Envoy of Halloween, Frightmare, and Ultramadness Black. Definitely just a really, really good match there as well. Then we had Simbode, who Kazari, whatever his name was, from WWE, and the Pratari, which, again, that's more of a storyline thing, taking on the Colony, Ants, yes, Ants, Fire Ant, Soldier Ant, and Green Ant. As wacky and as crazy as Ants sound, it works in Chikara, and they are probably the most over team in Chikara, so, for various reasons. And yet, one of the reasons why I wanted to go to this show, well, the reason I wanted to go to the show, Team Manichikoku Pro, which, great Sasuke, Dick Togo, and Jinsei Shinzaki, better known as Hakushi. These three guys, amazing to me. Most of you probably seen Great Sasuke, even those of you that only watch WWE, probably on, I think he's on the, pretty sure he's on the, Benoit DVD. Dick Togo's, this was his, basically his farewell U.S. match, as he's retiring. Hakushi was basically one of the guys that got me into Japanese pro wrestling when he left the WWE. So, there you go. And, the 1-2-3 Kid. Yes, Sean Waltman donned the 1-2-3 Kid gimmick, shaving off the goatee. Didn't go as far as bringing back the mullet, but brought back the tights. He was definitely probably the star of the weekend, as weird as that sounds, but he definitely brought it all weekend. And he teamed with Eric Cannon, and who you may have seen, some of you probably seen before, Mohawk, one of my opinion, one of the most underrated guys on the indies right now. So yeah, so there we go. And Darren Corbin, who, yeah, he's okay. He's got a gimmick which I won't go into, but yeah. Night 2, much better. I thought Night 1 was good, but probably too much comedy for most people. But if you like that sort of thing, you'll absolutely love Night 1. But I think probably too much comedy for some people. Night 2, much better, great show. Highlights were F.I.S.T versus Team Osaka Pro, which was really good. And there was Senior Portal taking on Team Dragon Gate, which was great, great stuff. You also had the Colony taking on BDK, which again was pretty much a storyline type match. Which the commentary on Chikara DVs are great. For the most part, they're really good. There's only one match on the entire weekend where I thought the commentary wasn't very good. They switch guys out, but for the most part, most of the guys they put on there are really good. Do a good job of putting over the storylines and really putting the guys over. Which, imagine that, announcers putting over storylines and talent. Wow, amazing stuff. Also on night 2, you get the second tournament, which is basically the Rey de Vortex tournament, which King of the High Flyers, which they take guys who basically lost on night 1, stick them in this tournament, and that's what you get. You get 2 4-man elimination matches, and the finals on night 3. The tournament within the tournament. Usually really good, usually the highlight, actually, of the weekend. Some of the matches, usually the highlight matches usually come from that tournament, more from the 6-man, actually, which sounds kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is. And then another big highlight was definitely Team Anicho Crow taking on Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and Toyota. This was a lot of fun, particularly seeing all the Japanese guys. I mean, you're never going to see Sasuke and Dick Togo and Toyota probably ever in a ring together. So that was just kind of a mark-out moment for me. But it was also a really good match, long match. Probably, what's one thing about Chikara that I often think they sometimes have matches which go long that don't really need to go long. But what's what it was. Night 3 was definitely the best of the 3 nights, which only because the matches were actually there was nothing I would say even close to bad on this show on this night. The 2 6-man matches which opened the show were really good. The final, which was great, I thought. The final for the King of the High Flyers was amazing. You also had Eddie Kingston taking on Tozawa, which that was really, really good. You had a really good women's match with Toyota taking on Madison Eagles, which Madison Eagles is the current Shimmer champion, and they actually went out. The crowd really wasn't into this, and I think it was because they pretty much knew there was no way Eagles was going to beat Toyota. But overall, I really, really liked that match. We also have, on night 3, we also have the Tag Team Gauntlet, which is, I think, is it 9 or 10 team Tag Team Gauntlet match. And this is usually, it's known kind of as the match that will not end, because it's 10 teams, and they book it in a way so that it's not like, a bunch of like 2 3-minute matches. It's like more like a bunch of 5 to 10 minute matches. Usually this match goes at least 30 minutes. But there was a lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff. The final 2 teams actually put on a really good match. There was some storyline stuff. There was just some good comedy. There was Matt Classic was in this match with Cerro Del Rey, and his team took on Cerro Del Rey and Daisy Hayes, and the comedy there was just amazing stuff. So there you go. But that's just me. I'm just blabbering about nothing. Not gonna do a full review. You want star ratings? Star ratings are below. I cannot recommend these shows enough. Like every year, I love these shows. These shows just really do it for me. They're fun shows. They're definitely different type of shows. And like I said, if you're looking to get into Chikara, these are definitely the shows I would say to do. Even if you start off with, for those of you who don't know, Chikara breaks up their years in like seasons, like TV seasons. And if you try to start with like season 1, you still might not really understand what's going on. And I think these shows are in a much better way as far as a jumping on point. And you get a good feel of what Chikara is. And if you really, really like it, you can keep following it. And if you don't, you can go, eh. Like I said, I really hope that if you buy these DVDs, you do a review. Even if you don't like it, do a review and say why you didn't like it, and say that the people that like it are a bunch of goofs and you don't understand why they like it. But even there, honestly, I thought everything was really good. The finals, the 2 last matches on night 3 were some good stuff. Though I do think they did finisher overkill, especially on the final match. If you don't like finisher overkill, you might not like that match very much. I'm just going to tell you. But everything else really good. Everything built up really well, and a lot of fun as always. So definitely worth checking out. Like I said, cannot recommend these shows enough. So there you go. So with that, I'm out. Have a good one. Later.